Think about the last time you had a shot from the fairway, 200 yards out, a long par 5. You reached into your bag and pulled out the 3-wood. You set up over the ball, took your swing, and then what happened? Maybe it came off clean, but if you're honest with yourself, how often does that actually happen? How often does the 3-wood from the fairway go exactly where you pictured it? Because for most senior golfers over 60, the answer is not very often. And there is a specific, data-backed reason for that, one that most golfers never discover, and one that could be quietly costing you shots on almost every long hole you play. Stay right there. Welcome back. If you're new here, this channel exists for one reason: to help senior golfers play smarter, score better, and enjoy every single round. Let me tell you about a golfer I know. Mid-60s, decent player, had a 3-wood in his bag for nearly 15 years. He trusted it, or at least he told himself he did. But when he sat down and thought about it honestly, the shots he actually loved from the fairway were rare. Most of the time, the 3-wood either came off thin and low and rolled out of bounds, or he caught it slightly off and watched it drift sideways. He kept it in the bag because it had always been there, because that is what serious golfers carry, and because nobody had ever told him otherwise. Then, during a routine equipment check, a fitter put him on a launch monitor with his 3-wood. 10 shots off the fairway. 7 of them missed the intended target by more than 20 yards. Then, the fitter handed him a 5-wood. Same 10 shots, same swing. 9 of them were on target. 3 of those 9 were closer to the hole than any of his 3-wood shots had been. He walked out of that session without a 3-wood in his bag for the first time in 15 years. He has never once missed it. Now let me show you exactly why that happened, because the data explains this perfectly. A 3-wood has a loft of between 13 and 15 degrees. That is an extremely low loft, and to hit a 3-wood cleanly off the fairway, you need 3 things to happen at exactly the same time: the right swing speed, the right angle of attack into the ball, and a precise strike on the club face. When those 3 things align perfectly, the 3-wood is a beautiful club. But when any one of them is slightly off, and at slower swing speeds, that happens constantly. The results fall apart fast. Too shallow into the ball and you thin it. Too steep and you chunk it. The window for clean contact with a 3-wood off the fairway is genuinely small. And here is the key point. That window gets smaller the slower your swing speed becomes. Arccos golf data confirms this clearly. The 3-wood is described as a specialist club that most amateur golfers struggle to use effectively from the fairway, because it demands a level of precision that becomes increasingly difficult at the swing speeds most senior golfers actually generate. Take a look at this on screen right now, and here is the data that should get your attention. According to ShotScope, tracking over 80 million real shots from real golfers, the average 25 handicap golfer hits their 3-wood 178 yards from the fairway. Not the 220 or 230 they imagine. 178 yards. And those are the good ones. My Golf Spy testing found that at high handicap levels, which is where the majority of senior golfers sit, players hit their 3-wood and 5-wood within just a few yards of each other in distance. The difference in carry is minimal. But here is what is not minimal: the accuracy difference. Testing by Lazarus Golf showed that the worst 3-wood shots in their testing traveled only 170 yards. The worst 5-wood shots, 190 yards. That is a 20-yard difference on mishits alone. And for a senior golfer who catches it slightly off, which happens on real fairways, in real rounds, under real pressure, that difference adds up to real shots. Take a look at this comparison on screen now. So if the 5-wood and 3-wood go roughly the same distance, but the 5-wood is significantly more forgiving, why are so many senior golfers still carrying a 3-wood? Because nobody ever told them they had a choice. A 5-wood carries 18 to 19 degrees of loft. That extra loft does 3 things the 3-wood simply cannot at slower swing speeds. It gets the ball airborne more easily, it produces a higher, softer landing on greens, and it dramatically increases consistency when your contact is not absolutely perfect. And if your swing speed is under 85 miles per hour, which covers the majority of golfers over 60, then a 7-wood at 21 to 22 degrees of loft deserves a serious look. According to greencardgolf.com, at 75 to 80 miles per hour, a 7-wood produces carries of 145 to 155 yards consistently, with a high trajectory that stops near the flag far better than a 3-wood ever could at that swing speed. Take a look at this chart on screen now. Find your swing speed. This is what the data recommends. 85 to 95 miles per hour, 5-wood. High loft, consistent launch, more greens hit. 75 to 85 miles per hour, 7-wood. Higher loft, softer landing, maximum forgiveness. Under 75 miles per hour, 7-wood or 9-wood. Loft is your best friend. Screenshot this. These are the 3 numbers that matter. Now I want to address something, because I know exactly what some of you are thinking. The 5-wood and 7-wood are beginner clubs. Real golfers carry a 3-wood. Here is the proof that this idea needs to go. Xander Schauffele, Masters champion and Open champion in 2024, carries a 7-wood. Nellie Korda, one of the best golfers in the world, carries a 7-wood. These are not beginners. These are the best players on the planet, and they choose the 7-wood because it gives them higher launch, softer landings, and more consistent approach shots into greens. And here is something from MyGolfSpy that drives this home. Their research found that for golfers with a handicap above 15, it is recommended to skip the 3-wood entirely in favor of more forgiving options. Not maybe, not consider it, skip it entirely. The 3-wood is a specialist club. In the hands of a professional swinging at 120 miles per hour, it is brilliant. In the hands of a senior golfer at 80 miles per hour, it is working against you on almost every fairway shot you hit. Here's what I want you to do before your next round. Take your 3-wood to the range. Hit 10 shots off the turf. Be honest. Count 3 things. 1. How many went exactly where you aimed? 2. How many got airborne quickly and landed softly? 3. How many felt genuinely solid at impact? Then pick up a 5-wood or 7-wood, borrow one if you need to, and do exactly the same. The results will tell you everything you need to know. And this matters equally for every golfer in the USA, the UK, Canada, or Australia. In cold conditions, the ball already launches lower than normal. A 3-wood in cold conditions off the fairway becomes even harder to get airborne. A 5-wood or 7-wood in those same conditions gives you a far better chance of a useful shot. If you play through autumn and winter, this is another compelling reason to make the switch. You have already sorted your ball, your driver shaft, your grip, your iron shafts, your driver loft, your tee height, your putter length. Now look at the fairway wood you have been carrying out of habit. Because the 3-wood might have been the right club for the golfer you were at 45, but the data says otherwise for the golfer you are today. Come back and tell me what you found, because if you try a 5-wood or 7-wood and it changes how you play long holes, that is exactly why I make these videos. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and share this with a playing partner who is still carrying a 3-wood out of habit. See you in the next one. Play well, every single round.